In the heart of the small mining town of Stonehaven, there lived a man named Celibate Johnson. Johnson was a quiet, unassuming individual who had always chosen a life of solitude. While the townsfolk often tried to involve him in the bustling social life of Stonehaven, Johnson preferred his own company, finding solace in the tranquility of the wilderness. One day, while wandering through the woods in search of herbs and mushrooms for his modest meals, Johnson stumbled upon an unusual rock formation. It was a shimmering, jet-black stone with a unique, almost otherworldly sheen. Johnson, a man of curiosity, knelt down to examine the strange stone more closely. It felt smooth to the touch, unlike any rock he had ever encountered. As Johnson examined the rock, he noticed a faint, mystical energy emanating from it. Intrigued, he decided to bring the stone back to his cabin for further study. Little did he know that this unassuming black stone would soon become the talk of the town. Back at his cabin, Johnson researched the stone and discovered that it was called shungite, a rare mineral known for its purported healing properties and its ability to absorb negative energy. He read about its historical significance and the legends surrounding it. Though Johnson was a celibate and didn't often engage with others, he couldn't help but wonder if this unique stone might have a purpose in his life. As days turned into weeks, Johnson began to experiment with the shungite. He placed it in various locations around his cabin and noticed a subtle change in the atmosphere. It seemed as though the air was lighter, and a sense of peace washed over him. Johnson, who'd had always been content in his solitude, felt an even deeper connection to the natural world around him. Word of Johnson's discovery soon spread through Stonehaven, and the townsfolk became curious about the reclusive man and his mysterious black stone. They began to visit his cabin. Over time, Johnson became known as the shungite sage of Stonehaven, and his cabin became a place of solace and healing for those seeking refuge from the chaos of the world. Johnson still led a celibate life, but his heart had opened to the community in a way he had never expected. While he hadn't sought companionship had found him in the form of a remarkable mineral from the depths of the earth. Celibate Johnson's life remained simple and solitary, but it was filled with the contentment that came from knowing he had made a difference in the lives of those around him, all thanks to a chance encounter with a piece of shungite. As Celibate Johnson continued to experiment with shungite's properties and accumulate more of the mysterious black stones, he unwittingly triggered a series of events that would shake the very foundations of the world. His intentions were pure, seeking only peace and tranquility, but his overuse of shungite had unforeseen consequences. One fateful night, as he placed an array of shungite stones around his cabin, an eerie energy filled the air. Unbeknownst to Johnson, the excess shungite had absorbed not only negative energy, but also the collective negativity from the world. As the stones reached their saturation point, the energy became volatile and uncontrollable. Three ominous figures began to materialize on the outskirts of Stonehaven, their forms shrouded in darkness. These beings are manifestations of the world's negativity, brought to life by Johnson's excessive use of shungite. Each creature represented a different aspect of the human race's greed, hubris, and wrath. The first being was greed, a sinister creature with eyes that gleamed with coins. Greed's presence brought forth wealth and envy, causing tension to erupt among the townsfolk. Friends turned against friends, families were torn apart, and chaos reigned in the world. The second being was hubris, a shadowy figure that seemed to drain the joy and hope from everyone it touched and claimed it for itself. Its newfound emotions allowed the creature to convince the people of the world that it was the best human ever to touch Earth. The third being was wrath, a grotesque entity that thrived on division and chaos. It whispered lies and sowed seeds of mistrust among the people, inciting riots and violence. Earth, realizing the grave consequences of his actions, Celibate Johnson knew that he was the only one who could rectify the situation. With the help of his shungite, he embarked on a perilous journey to confront the foul omens and contain the negative energy that had spawned them.